Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I don't know what y'all are complaining about. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean 3 hours? This is this is exactly when it was supposed to start. Nothing happened at all. I'm not tired. I'm not tired. Um. Okay. Let's get all these. Let's get all these mods open here, huh? Oh, what is this? Oh, finally 3 hours. We all keep saying that for. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Gonna oh, hydrate. That's nice. I'll do that. Okay. Hit you with the red X, and I'm gonna get hit with the red X. I just know it. I don't know what that means. Bit late today. No, Taco, you're a bit late. I'm gonna beat you to the first, Taco. I think you're the one who's a bit late. So maybe watch yourself before you start coming after me. Yeah. 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 I guess I kind of deserve that, Barton. But so Barton is trying to make it so that we have even less time to review mods, because he wants to watch me do other stuff instead, apparently. Which, like, okay, I mean, if that's what you want, man, that's fine. For the red X, check Discord. Oh, you mean with the like reactions and whatnot? Yeah, I see. Yeah, Taco playing Bed War. That's not really an excuse now, is it? That's what you get for being so late. Hey, man, I guess it's what you get for me being so late. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not the one. Look, I was gonna do all that stuff anyways until you guys were like, "Hey, it's stream time. Hop on stream." Where's my glass? Here's the glass. I also don't have my standard glass, so big boy glass it is. There we go. Ugh. Almost failed. Alright. X progress. Thinking of making my own streams. Go for it, man. Seriously. How do you think I started? I just started streaming one day, man. So, it's pretty fun. How long is the stream gonna be? Probably like 4 hours. It was originally gonna be like 7. Now it's probably gonna be like 4. So, you're welcome. Ant Lord 79 is here. He's here. Yo, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, dude. What else? What else? Stretch. Barton also redeemed stretch. It's actually good. I usually stretch in the mornings anyways. So this is a free excuse to stretch, and then I don't have to fail that little goal of mine. I've been trying to stretch every morning, so we'll put them up like this, and we'll go like this for about 15 seconds. All right, then we do it with the other one. All right, I'm gonna throw a leg up here. Go like this. Okay, got a good 15 seconds on there. Woo woo. Then we go like this. Well, alter your vision, never in question, lethal injection. Welcome to the family. There we go. And do one more for 2 seconds. Never in question,
question, lethal injection. Welcome to the family. Will alter your vision. Never in question, lethal injection. Welcome to the family.
There we go. Ugh. Antlord with the follow? Barton with Taco with the follow-up? Thank you, Antlord. I really appreciate it. And Barton and Taco trying to show their support, too. I appreciate it. Spurk says, Ace, review my mod first. It's tiny. I'm better than everyone. Dude, I cannot do the things out of order. Lemon grab from Adventure Time? Dude, I don't know. I've actually never... So, y'all might hate me. I've never seen Adventure Time. Maybe it should be on my list of shows to watch, because I do love, like, Avatar, Last Airbender, and Gravity Falls, and stuff like that. And I watched both of those as an adult. So, I probably would like it. But then again, I tried to watch, like, regular show a few years back, because I remember seeing it, like, a couple episodes as a kid, and I just couldn't really get into it. So, I don't know. What are we doing? I need to look up lemon grab. Okay, I mean I see them, but I need YouTube then, so I can get this voice. Yeah, I mean, look, it's been about 12 hours. I went to bed at about 1 a.m. So yeah, I slept for about 12 hours. Welcome to stream, Dixie. Thanks for tuning in. Hugga says, I want to strangle you? Why? Why? Whose mod are doing? I think, let me double check. So the first mod we're going to be doing is going to be Cordyceps by Entity. And then Craziness Awakened by Xenix or Zexity. And then ARG Container Public Beta. I don't even know what that is. The ARG Container, whatever that is, adds content from the various Minecraft ARGs and web series. Interesting. From Glitchy. And then Sofa by Simon. And then Bartek 2 by Barton. And then Lots of Nice by Sprig, and more stuff by Hugga. That's the order. You are late. I am a bit late. So here's the dealio. Because I'm so late, if we don't get through all of these mods today, usually it's tough titties, first come, first serve. That's not going to be the case today. So if we don't get through them all today, I will stream tomorrow after church and wrap up any of the mods we don't get to today. So I do apologize for anyone that we don't get to, because it's not a huge list. We should have definitely been able to get through them all today. So, in fact, we'd probably be wrapping up right about now. Can I delay the voice impression until later? I accidentally redeemed it. Oh, okay, so you redeemed 2. Yeah, no, I see that, because Sprig redeemed 1. Yeah, got you, Barton. That's cool. We're gonna take a quick detour, because he requested Lemon Grab. I am unfamiliar with this character, so we're gonna take a quick detour to try and get this voice down.
Announcing the arrival of the Earl of Lemon Grab.
This castle is unacceptable.
Okay, it's just Morty. It's just Morty. I know that guy. I know that voice actor. Yeah. So yeah, I know that guy. I know who that is. So yeah, it's just Morty. Okay, I can do that. That's not a problem. Let's move this stuff over here, and then I can... Oop. Sorry, we got some stuff to fix. Trans... Oh, I see. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. And then we'll do it one more time like this. And then there we go. Perfect. So it's like Morty, but without all the stuttering and whatnot, I'm assuming. No, it's not Morty. It's not. I mean, it sounds like Morty. Come on. Come on. Let's be real. Who all has made mods he's doing? Most people who we haven't seen before, so I'm pretty excited, actually. Gotta go, might come back. Who knows? All right. Thank you, Dino. Just thank you for stopping by. You have to scream. Will there be any activity specifically on stream after the mod reviewing? It depends. We might not. It depends on how much time we have. If you're in a probably last couple hours, yeah. So yeah, probably just gonna end after the thing.
Unacceptable!
What, he just screams?
30 days in the dungeon. For who? Everyone in this room.
Wait! You can't give orders like that. I'm in charge here, Lemon Grab.
Too young to rule the kingdom.
Watch your manners with the princess.
What the I am next in line to the throne, so I will be in charge until Princess Bubblegum turns.
It's Morty. You can't
18
tell me it's not just Morty. It sounds like Morty. It sounds just like Morty. I mean, like, it's just like if Morty had more confidence and didn't, like, stutter all the time. Lemon Grab is like Morty, but with no stutter and a lot louder. Yeah, boom. He's on it. Yeah, Dixie's got it. Yeah. All right. Let me. Okay. This is going to be a terrible impression. So don't get your hopes up. But we're gonna try. What is the time limit? I think it's what is it? 10 mods? 10 minutes, 5 minutes? I genuinely can't remember. Do. 5 minutes. Cool. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. We got time. We got time. 5 minutes is on the clock. Alrighty. The first mod is Cordyceps infection. It's by entity. Screen. I'm trying. Okay. Here's the deal with the screen. There's other people in my house. And believe it or not, some of them are still trying to sleep. Justin Roiland drama did almost every show dirt. It did. Yeah. Indeed. What time is it for? It's like 1 p.m. 1 p.m. All right, let's go. 15 minutes in. You sound like Lemon Grab. That's such a high compliment. I take that. Ooh. After you do Sprig's impression, can you do mine? I'll tell you what to do then. Yes. Yes. No. I'll play them for at most 1 hour or until I have found everything there is to find. Keyboard moment. Not good, guys. It's not good. This is at least better than last time you redeemed accent. Oh, that's cool. A book? Oh, a GUI could leave a little to be desired, but I love the book texture. Hello! Thank you for downloading my mod. This is a little guide to my mod. That was like Mickey Mouse. So first of all, this is a Cordyceps mod. It will slowly take over your world unless you can suppress it. So how it starts, there will be an infected spider. This spider will do nothing except wander around. After 4 minutes, it will turn to a corpse and latch to the ground. At that point, it will start to spread spores and blocks. The spores can jump to zombies, causing them to turn into infected zombies, which in turn will slowly take over your world by infection. Other mobs. Important notes. The fungi blocks are flammable. Join my Discord for updates and sneal peeks. Sneal peeks. It's so hard. It's so hard to maintain such a high pitch. Oh. Yes, I don't think there will be much math in this mod. I do love math. Oh. Dude, look at the sword. you hold it. You hold it a bit weird, but it looks really cool. Oh. Let's resume the music. Spawn the spider. Dude, the spider. Oh gosh. Okay, that's time. That's time on the lemon grab. Dude, this spider, there is something wrong with it. Look at the legs. Is this like, did you just like not realize this was this? And also, if you look at F3B, this is the hitbox. This is wild. Yeah. So maybe move the legs around a little bit. I mean, this side's actually pretty okay. This one's a little off. I do like the overall look of it. You're right that it does nothing. I thought you said it wanders around, which it's not doing. Oh my goodness. And then from it will spawn infected versions of other mobs. So it doesn't infect other mobs, it just spawns infected versions of other mobs. Now my turn, Barton. What do you want? What do you want to hear for voice? Can I move the face cam somewhere else? Can't see the sword. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can move it. I can move it. Let's just move it up here, and then we can hide chat. There we go. This, yeah, it's kind of facing the wrong direction. Looks a little funny, but so I'm oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Do you see all these particles everywhere? The particles are a nice touch. You might need to do some tuning on their like speed. Cause they're just kind of spawning all over the place and just flying around. That is cool though. Ah, AI texture. Is that what this is? That makes sense, honestly. I know that, so I know a lot of AI textures are not like pixelated, right? They're not in the 16 by 16. So actually, yeah, just looking at it does kind of, but it looks dope, dude. You can't tell me it doesn't look dope. The Swedish chef from the Muppets. The only chef I know is Chef from from South Park, which is probably so much worse. So, hello, Warley. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in over on YouTube. Swedish Chef, dude. Did you see the thing for the copper golem? I'm so hyped for that copper golem. I cannot even express. This is terrible. This is terrible. How am I supposed to review anything? Anything. Oh my gosh. Sprig says I don't like the tools and armor. I'm assuming he means the copper tools and armor, in which case I'm not a huge fan of the copper tools and armor anyway either, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I summoned the wrong spider. Oh. Oh, what? How? Okay, weird. Why is my YouTube in light mode? I just like it in light mode, I guess. I don't mind. I don't mind it. That's why. I just don't mind. Don't mind having it in light mode. Warley says I'm trying to enter in my Twitch account. Just wait, XD. No worries, man. Okay, we're going to be along in 5 minutes, and that's the time. Let's go. Alright. Anyway, so, alright, we said, he said something, we're gonna do, alright, so we're gonna place the block, down, and we're gonna place it in the air. Alright, we're gonna dog, and we're gonna dog, alright, we're gonna dog. Right here, bro. Take it. Oh, we place it down. Oh, we can't play it. We can't play it here. Okay. What happened if I take the random game random ticket beat and I up it to about 300? 300, not 3,000. There we go, just like that. I'm not seeing any bread. You're Martin. You don't know what I'm saying. You're a Swedish chef. What happened with that texture? I don't know. All the textures are a little weird, a little wonky. A little wonky texture, but it's okay. The browning box is also a little off. Leaves room to be desired. Rapidon's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. I'll take that. That's pretty good. Alright. That's just a fence. That's a fence. That's a fence. Oh my. Oh, there we go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Cool. Texture maybe could be better, but it's pretty cool. Oh, it's spreading. It's spreading. Oh, there we got a quartz-sized blocks. It does. It spread. It does indeed. Is it spreading downward? It is. It's spreading downward. Lord! Oh! Did that just replace stone? Oh my! It's actually an incredibly cool concept. I can't. What would you do if someone saved your Swiss bread? Laugh. I probably just laugh at them because I don't. It's terrible. It's terrible. Alright. It's terrible. Why is this chicken so tall? It's a pretty cool concept. I really enjoyed this concept. No, you're not. Not allowed. Not allowed to record it. My mod win. Sprig, I think yours is going to be second to last. Okay, Entity, I don't know if you're here, but if we missed something, let me know. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I don't know what Militaris is. Locate the lab. / locate structure. Cordyceps lab. Alright. White floor. It's just called white floor. White wall. Nice. Oh. Well, I like that. I like that glass door. I like the glass door. Okay, and that's it. That's it for Swedish Chef. That was horrible. Guys, you guys keep getting worse and worse with this. It's not good. Okay, so it looks like you have it set so door reinforced. Oh, there is a reinforced door up here. Okay. Whoa. That's just such a Steve. Why does it just look like Steve from the Minecraft movie? So you have your lab set up to match the terrain that it spawns on, which is why you cannot navigate it, and it's so tight here. So, essentially, and it's probably most evident from the roof, it's matching the terrain. You see? Like, it's matching the terrain. So the terrain spawns here, and it's matching it. And as the terrain goes down, the structure goes down. That's a setting. You can just disable it. Because as of right now, it's kind of like impossible to navigate. Mycelium item is kind of cool, especially considering Mycelium's already in the game. Having that interact with Mycelium, the Mycelium block would be cool, but I have a feeling you just haven't made Cordyceps or something. Broken structure? Kinda, yeah. Save up for karaoke, maybe? Guys, you guys want to see me do any of these reviews, or just want to hear me make an ass of myself? Should I do something about it? No, you should just hang on to those bugs, honestly. He put match terrain option, I guess, was accidentally. Yeah, I mean, accidental or not, he definitely selected match terrain. Oh, damn! Dude, the infected zombies are spreading. Dude, I gotta say, I actually really love the concept of this mod. Like the infection and its spreading is so cool, dude. You got to keep working on this. It's really cool, and I'm actually like really tempted to play with it. Like I love it. The textures leave a little bit to be desired. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Textures could use a bit of work. But other than that, dude, I think it's really cool. Like, I can't think of anything else that I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So this sword's kind of useless, I guess, and there's no way to craft it. So maybe the attack damage should be increased or something. Hazmat suit helmet. Oh, and the majority of your stuff over here isn't even in your, like, YouTube page tab. You know what I mean? So that's a little weird. And then obviously your structures are spawning in a little weird as well. But the concept as a whole is super cool. I love it. It's actually awesome. I can just imagine like one day having infected versions of literally every entity in the game ever, like infected sand, like, and just like, yeah, this thing can really spread if you let it get out of hand. These things are so fast. But I love this. I think it's really cool. A super cool concept for a mod. And it kind of makes me want to steal your idea a little bit and implement something like this into my mod. So, I don't know. But I love it. Bunch of sheep out here. I thought sheep couldn't spawn during nighttime. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. All right. I'd say that pretty much covers that mod. So where is, let's see, personal junk here, YouTube. I'm pulling up my review form. Here we go. All right, and then here we go. Form. This page. There we go. Perfect. So this is Cordyceps mod. Really quick. Let me just double check here. Sweet. So this is what is it officially called? It's Cordyceps something. I already closed it down here. Cordyceps infection. First impressions. Let's see. I loaded in. My first impression was probably of that spider. So it looked a little derpy. First impression was a little bit tainted just by the accents. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to say because I was a little distracted by those accents. But I think my first impression was shocked. I was like kind of shocked because I had seen some of the teaser stuff, and from a lot of the teasers you had posted, it was evident that the textures needed a little bit of work. But I think I loaded in and was shocked by just how good everything kind of came together despite the textures. So I'm gonna say that my first impression was like a 7 out of 10. I actually really liked it. Pleasantly surprised. Textures need a bit of work, but I really can't think of anything else other than that, right? So the amount of content, there's not like a whole ton, I suppose, like a whole ton, but as you update, I'm sure that will expand. And I think out of like what you've got, you do have like a lot. There's like a lot, you know, the fact that the entities can get infected, and you have a bunch of different entities that can get infected, and you got that riot shield and the cordyceps stuff. I'm gonna say that this is also a 7 out of 10. Now the quality of the content, it seemed for the most part to be relatively high quality. Textures left a bit to work, to be desired, but that's not what we're asking about. That's the next question. We're just asking about the quality of the code, right? Now that lab did leave a little bit to be desired. Obviously, you know, it was generating wrong, but that's not a hard fix. It's a pretty quick and easy fix. And let me think. I think for the most part, the behavior of almost everything else seemed okay. Maybe some small tweaks you can make here and there, but I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Now, art and texture quality is where you're really gonna struggle because it's not good. I mean, it just, it's like any of us. I'm sure any of us, unless some of us were like really good artists before we became modders. I'm sure pretty much all of us were making textures that look like your textures at one point. I know I was. So you're not alone, man. But keep working on it. Keep practicing because they need some work. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. The creativity, I think it's incredibly creative. Everything you've got going on. Now, it's not, other than the base concept, it's fungi that spread out and infect things. You've got that, and that's creative, but you don't really expand upon that all that much. You don't, like, I feel like there's a lot of stuff you could add and be creative, be creative beyond just that one piece of creativity. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. You're halfway there, but keep going. You know what I mean? Unique features, man. I think almost everything in there was unique. You know, like, the infected. So I guess we have like the cordyceps themselves, and then the infected entities, and then the lab, and then a couple like riot shields and stuff like that. So that's pretty true. That's pretty true. But I think this is also gonna be 5 out of 10 because it expands upon that creativity idea, right? Be a little bit more creative, and with creativity, the unique features will come. The immersion, feel, and vibe is great. Like I said, I love it. I think it fits so well. You need to work on your textures, but once your textures get improved, then the immersion, feel, and vibe is going to be on. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Bonus points. It's a good question. Bonus points. Let's come back into the game. See anything around here that is deserving of bonus points. I like the book. I had totally forgotten about the book. So yeah, I like the book. That is deserving of a bonus point for sure. I'm gonna say the sheer number of mobs that you already have with conversions also deserves a bonus point, even though it has to get even higher, man. Like, even more, you know what I mean? Even more. If you really want to make this mod feel right and to fit, you need all that stuff, you know? It's all very important, but it feels really good so far already. Anyways, that's gonna be it. So let's go and run the numbers there. 7 makes 14, 22, 26, 31, 36, 44, 46 stars. Not bad. Not bad. And there we go. Feet fungus, cordyceps, feet fungus. What did you do? Can't have more than 2 impressions in one stream. It's based off The Last of Us. Is it? So I have no idea, man. Don't ask me. I think so. Yeah, okay, sure. I believe you. Oh, you know what? I'm just realizing we never did the sit-ups and we never did the push-ups that Barton redeemed either. So next mod is Craziness Awakened by Zenix/Zexity. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that download, and while that's downloading, I will bang those out. All right. Push-ups. Wrong button. 5 push-ups. Let's go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. See snow. Dude, that makes no sense. Let me be honest, I'm genuinely excited for the ore spawn thing and the ARG thing. I feel like they will be very good mods. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, this is an ore spawn remake. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that. That's actually really cool. All right, 10 sit-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. With the push-ups. Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay. Then knife and then hug. Is that the case? Yeah, after glitchy would be Simon with the sofa mod, because we have not seen a mod from Simon yet. All right. 5 more push-ups. 5 more push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guys, I'm getting weaker. I swear I'm getting weaker. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I am definitely getting weaker. That's not good. That's not good. And then a hydrate. All right, I got my glass right here. I'll be right back. There we go. Right there. Bro, king. Oh my gosh. Whew. Can't chug it. I don't know why. Okay. Whew. Too winded from all the exercise. All right. We'll do a stretch first. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh my. Whew. That was not good. My right leg, man, is harder. It's way harder to stretch my right than my left. All right. Ugh. Need to use my points on my phone. I see what you mean. You're on the phone, the mobile version, yeah. Barton, dude, you are just as guilty, my man. You did that exact same thing. That exact same thing. All right. Nice. Oh, Taco with the fart. In my mind, it was my boy Dixie. Dixie's always coming in with the fart. He a gassy boy. All right, there we go. Craziness awakened. And launch.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I didn't do nothing, man. I have not messed up a single thing. What are you even talking about? All right, create new world. So apparently this is an Ore Spawn remake, which seems actually awesome. like actually awesome, I am pretty excited. This is Craziness Awakened by Zenix/Zexity over on Discord. If someone wants to at him, I don't know if he's in the chat, so if someone wants to at him, be my guest. If you've been commenting on YouTube, sorry, I just switched back to my YouTube chat. Looks like Waffles has tuned in. What's up, Waffles? Thank you for tuning in and chatting with us. Hello. Chill with the sad trumpet, man. Y'all making me upset. Y'all making me feel like I failed. Making me feel like a failure. Oh my, dude, is that Perry the Platypus? Is that Perry the Platypus? Oh man, it's Perry the Platypus. It's Perry the Platypus. No. Oh my goodness. Hang on. Stop moving, dude. See, that looks more or less normal, but when he's looking at you dead on with those black eyes, like, there's something weird about it, right? Like, it's Barry the Platypus. Dude, yeah, that's definitely craziness. Hang on. So it doesn't seem to have a sprint texture for when I hit it, or a sprint animation, which is too bad. I'd love a little sprint animation for when I hit it. A corn plant. Oh, dude. This is actually really cool. Was this thing gonna attack me if I just... Yeah. There's a bunch of these guys. Dude, look at this texturing job. This is a great texture job. Modeling's a little weird, but I love the texturing. I wanted to add things like this into my mod. I'm actually planning on it. You need to make the bounding box way bigger, because like right now it can... Dude, although if you wanted to make like a moving bush, come on, right? Come on. Not Perry, he doesn't have a hat. He's just trying to, dude, he's trying to trick you. You fell for it. You fool. Dude, you have, I bet you have egg on your face because you are such a fool because you fell for it. That's the trick, dude. That's his trick. No, I'm just messing with you. What is this? Oh my gosh. A brown ant. Could use an animation, but this is cool. I love this. It's a bounding box is a bit tall. Dude, oh my gosh. The amount of mobs this guy must have added. Zexity, we already have a Zenith. It's spelled differently. Zenix. I'm gonna call you Zexity. Zexity, my man, you've outdone yourself. Rainbow ant. Man, these things are so cool. I'm a big fan. All right, what happens to the corn if I break it? Okay, well. That's a bit of a bug, isn't it? Unless that's how it's supposed to work, and then it regrows the top part, and I just break the top part, which is interesting, to say the least. It's not really how real corn works, but this corn texture is pretty good. Oh my gosh, how did you get that? How'd you get a different color? How'd you get a different color there? Dude, that's dope. Dude, this mod is actually huge. A critter cage. Oh, dude. Yeah, it doesn't seem to work. Oh! Holy crap! Dude, first off, let's take a moment and appreciate this texture here. Isn't this awesome? Guess what, chicken butt? That's rude. Dude. Dude. I actually can't tell whether I love it or if I'm gonna throw up. It's rainbow root. Dude. Dude, how did you get your own villages, by the way? I'm curious. Like, is this easy? Am I just being silly? Because this is dope. Marble? That's cool. Hang on. Marble tiles. Marble bricks. So it looks like you need, like, slabs and other things like that, you know. But, very cool nonetheless. I kind of like that, right? You just give yourself a little texture, right? Mix and match these. No, honestly, I just like this one better. This one's just better, in my opinion. Rainbow dirt. So it's not path, it's just dirt. Man, but that dirt is cool. I guess your grass doesn't spread like regular grass, which is like my #1 complaint whenever I do any of these mods and they have their own custom grass, is that their grass doesn't spread. An apple cow. Dude, I love this mod. I love it. Like, you just, no matter where you turn, you're constantly finding new things. This looks like a bug. Like something that you're not getting to work properly when you're working on it. I would love to see custom loot tables so that your loot could generate in these chests and whatnot, because it feels a little bland when I break in there and it's just like the most basic loot you could possibly imagine, but you know. Check underground. Maybe the worm is just underground. Oh, good point. Yeah. That it is. So normally you wouldn't be able to tell, yeah, that worm is there, and then you'd walk along and it would pop up just like that. Yeah. Very cool. That's really cool. Texture leaves a little bit to be desired, but that's cool. And the mod, yeah, but whatever. What is this? A robo gunner? Oh my word. Oh, dude, what? Bomb bot. So I'm assuming you have code to make it so that they explode on contact. Like if a player bumps them, they explode, I'm assuming. Yeah, yeah. So it does look like if a player bumps them, they do this little, oh, these are snipers. Okay, they do this little, like, rotating animation. You might want to add conditions there to check if they are in survival. And only do the explosion if they are in survival, because it's a little bit silly when they explode and you're in, like, spectator mode. You know what I mean? This is all marble around me. Oh, is the whole freaking world here made out of marble? Yeah. Dang. Dude, pretty cool nonetheless. Dude, I like it. This is really cool. How do I get out of this dimension? Is this everything that's in this dimension? Dude, it just seems like there's so much here. Dude, what the heck is this? You see all these other structures over here? Wait, how did you add your own custom structures to the village? Dude, Zexy, I gotta be... Dude, I'm gonna be hitting you up and figuring out how you did this. Because this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. A scientist villager? Dude, you bet that we're gonna unlock his full trip. Dude, why does that emerald armor look so sick? Duct tape? You buy it with slime balls? That's a little weird. Crystal error. Dynamite. Dude, that's just a candle. Dude, let's be real. The man took the candle texture and turned it into dynamite. My oh my. What a guy. That's goofy. So there are... What is an ultimate pickaxe? Kyanite. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. There's crystal trees. So, amethyst is already in the game, but he added it as an ore anyways? Which is a little weird. Titanium and uranium. So it looks like he's got plenty of ores, too. None of these ores have deep slate variants, which I am immediately noticing. That always bugs me. Give your ores deep slate variants. Come on. A rifle? Hang on. Get wrecked, nerd. Oh, dude. Dude, how did you do this? That's so cool. That's so cool. Blowing candle? I don't know. Blowing candle what? Oh, dude. This is a system. So what does the system do? So we got an observer clock set up here. And this would quasi-connect that, right? I don't know how quasi-connectivity works. I'm not all that familiar with it because it's a Java edition only thing. And it's honestly the dumbest thing in the world. Everyone like simps on quasi-connectivity. Quasi-connectivity is stupid. And shouldn't be in the game. It's a bug. Remove it. Remove it. I know that's like absolutely pissing off all of you. Yeah, this is weird. What is it supposed to be? This doesn't do anything. Even with quasi-connectivity, it wouldn't do anything. Best mod I've seen in this stream at this time. Dude, seriously. This mod is dope. Infused salt block. Yo, what? Oh, look at that. That's sick. Robo block. A disciple table. Now that seems like a workstation of some kind. Yeah. Oop. Royal disciple. OMG, don't do it. Yo, what? Yo, what? Dude, 8 whole pages. And look at these textures. The majority of them are so fire. Some of them are a little weird. Like, I don't know what this tiger's eye ingot, pink tourmaline is. It seems kind of weird to me. Water charge seems kind of weird too, but... Dude, look at all of these saplings. Rainbow mushrooms? Oh my gosh. Dude, and he gave his spawn eggs custom textures. Yo, that's so fire. Dude, look at these. Look at these. Oh my gosh, man. Dude, why are these textures so good? You're making me so jealous, man. Dude, I told you it was Perry the Platypus. Look, he's got the hat on. It's right there. Dude, this is beyond fire. Like, this is actually so good. Krabby Patty? Yo, what? Yo, what? Dude, this thing is huge. Yo, how did we not notice this? A king spawner? Yeah, yep, it's definitely an Ore Spawn remake. Dude, did it just duplicate itself? Dude. Yeah, seriously, relax, King. Oh my. It's just like village after village at this place, huh? Dude, this mod is dope. Okay, this is a bit derp. I mean, a bit derp, but I mean, come on. Dude, look at all the other crap he's already added. Come on, can you really complain? Dude. Dude, I just want to check out all these various armors. They look so cool. Lapis? Oh my gosh. I mean, really cool. Really cool, but somehow underwhelming. I don't know why. Dude, they're so cool. These armors are dope. Oh, there we go. That looks cool. I want to try this one, too. Wait, as soon as I equipped it, it got all these enchantments, but why? Dude, this armor looks nuts. Yeah, as soon as I equip it, it gives it like crazy enchants. That's crazy. I mean, really cool. How do you kill that? It's a living nuke? Dude, for real. Dude, for real. The king? I don't know where he's at. He's gone now. There he is. There they are. Yeah, dude, these things are nuts. I don't know how in the world you're supposed to kill these things. A whale? So the int is kind of like the leaf monster, but like after it's grown arms. I see. I want to watch this whale flop around. You ready? Dude, why is this actually such a fire model? Model texture. Dude. That's like, that's so derpy. Yeah, why the new spawn eggs in 1.20.1? Yeah, for real, right? Like, the person just chose to go out of their way for no reason. It's craziness. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Check out this little water dragon. $170 health this little guy has. That's crazy. Right? Attack squid. Jeez, that guy's a goober. Oh, he's trying. He wants to. Oh! Oh, dude, they're spitting water at me. Dude, that's cool. Dude, they're both trying. You see Mopzilla over there on the hill? You see... What a goofy day. Hang on. Dude, there's so many different structures. Sprig, you keep saying win my mod. I have answered this question. I've answered it. Dude, what the heck? Dude, that's a lot of diamonds. Dude, wow. Dude, if you could take over this, this would be a lot of loot. Int dungeon. Oh, dude! Just happened to spawn in the middle of a village, I'm pretty sure, but... Dude, that actually looks so cool. I'm almost positive that this is a chance, like it just happened... Yeah. It just happened to spawn this villager house right next to this tree. But don't they look like they're one and the same? Isn't that so cool looking? What the heck is this? A wasp's nest, dude. Butter candy. With a lot of wasp spawners. Dude, he's just spamming spawners. That's pretty cool, though. Dude, this is just another house, it seems, that spawned inside of this. Yeah. Dude, that's funny. That's funny. I'm assuming this is where the ints spawn. Like, the only place they spawn. Dude, this is really cool nonetheless. Maybe leaves a little bit to be desired, a little bit of work to do. And, like, this lettuce plant, way too green, way too bright. But, like, it's fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so the corn does just keep growing, which is ridiculous. Like, that's so ridiculous. That it just keeps growing like that. Try Mystic's Monstrosity. So we have a list of submitted mods that we're working our way through. And if we get to it, I'll try it, but we probably won't get to it, man. I'll be real with you. This is nuts. I'm assuming this one grows the same way, where it just grows infinitely. Yeah, you can see it right over there. It's just growing upwards, like, infinitely. That's so goofy. Dude, what is this? Oh? Okay. That's weird. I don't understand. What is this? Trifid. Huh. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Dude, there is so much. Oh, is this an apple orchard? Cherry leaves. You know there are... Okay, am I mistaken, or is there already cherry leaves in this version of the game? Yeah. Cherry leaves. Cherry leaves. Like... It's cool. But I would have utilized the cherry leaves that were, you know, already in the game for me. This looks like mangrove wood. This mod is dope. There's so much stuff. It's cherry blossom. It doesn't give cherries. No, I mean, but it does with my mod. It should. Like, just add it. You know what I mean? So this is just a lucky block. You know, you call it a craziness cube. It's a lucky block. You're not hiding from anyone. Crazy cube is like a clever way to recreate that, though. Scorpion spawners. Holy crap, what are they, sea scorpions? That's just weird. There's another one of those weird bowl things. All right, I'm gonna go check out whatever this bowl thing is, and then we're gonna call it for this one. They're only called that because of the looks. Cherry blossoms don't actually give cherry. I mean, they do though eventually. Like that's how cherries blossom into cherries. No, am I mistaken? Feel like I'm not mistaken there. What is this? What's up, commenter? Welcome to the chat. We've been reviewing this mods called Craziness Awakened, and man oh man, that were they not wrong. It's awesome. It's really cool. Cooked cold fish. It's a cold fish? Goldfish? Dude, what? What even is this? What is this? It's just a random patch of crops out here. Melons. Dude, this is wild. Okay, wow. Wow. Is that Perry? Yes! Yes, it is Perry! It's Perry the Platypus, dude. It's been a while since I watched one of your streams. Yeah, I noticed, man. Look. He looks a little cursed sometimes when he looks dead on, but that's okay. Oh my gosh. Dude, this mod is really cool. I'm a big fan. This is really cool. All right, this is called Craziness Awakened. Man, I'm getting hungry. First impressions were really good. Oh my gosh, really good. What do I even... Ugh. I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10 on the first impressions. I mean, you load in, immediately there are structures around, there are new models around, they all look good. There's an immense amount of content in this mod. And the quality of that content is all pretty good. Some of it leaves a little bit to be desired, a little bit texture lacking, a little bit model lacking, but there's a ton of stuff, you know. You expect that when you have that much stuff. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 to encourage you to keep working. Your art and texture quality is phenomenal in some cases, but not in others. So I'm going to once again give it a 9 out of 10. Works great in some cases, needs a little bit of work in others. Keep working on it. Your creativity is through the roof. It's awesome. Like, it's super creative. Keep going. And the unique features is also through the roof. Immersion, feel, and vibe is also pretty much through the roof. Occasionally, here and there, you get something that's a little bit off, but it's pretty dang close. I'll give it another 9 out of 10. Bonus points. You get one for Perry the Platypus easily. You get one just for the sheer amount of stuff that's in this, and then you get one for the quality of the stuff that makes it as well. Now, there are some things that leave a little bit to be desired. That is definitely true. What is this? Just like a robin? Oh, just a bird. Aw. Dude, that's so cool. Man, there's just so much, and there's so much and so many good textures. It deserves an extra bonus point on top of all that. All right, let's call it right there. Dude, there's so much. We barely scratched the surface of this. All right, but that gives you a score of 18, 27, 36, 46, 56, 65, 69 points. That is a very, very, very nice score. That's a very nice score right there, if I do say so myself. So there we go! Dude, alright, and that was Craziness Awakened. That was really crazy. And it definitely, yeah, craziness is definitely awakened, I would say. How much stuff is in this one? Dude, an immense amount of stuff. It's a remake of Orspawn? Yeah. Many of the things were already in Orspawn. I guess, dude, I didn't really ever play Orspawn, so I'm not entirely sure, but... Alright, next mod. ARG Container. I have no idea what this is supposed to be. New blocks, items, ores, tools, armor sets, entities, and much more. ARGs. Jeez. Okay. All right. Well, let's give it a shot. What is this? All right, let's see what this is. They make an ARG mod and don't include Mark 101. Dude, I don't need, what is our ARG? I'm gonna, what? Huh. Well, we're gonna learn today. This is called what? ARG collection or something? Container? Gotta go? Oh, Sprig, no! Sprig! I'll see you later, man. No worries. Thank you for stopping by, man. It's not really what it is. Yeah, I have no idea what it is. Warning, this mod is still in beta, and updates could potentially corrupt your world. Okay. Got plenty of flowers. Dandelion. Yo, what's with the eerie music? Let's skip that. Here we go. Yo, okay. Ruby ore. Checkerboard. Eerie music fits this a lot. Does it? Does it? Is this like a scary thing? I don't... Dude, what? What is this? Oh my word! Holy crap! Yo, what's with all of the floating fire? Dude, is that the sun? Water lily. Yeah. Yeah. That's quite a lot of them. That's... ARG still make me pee my pants? Why? Wait, what? It's all fake, bro? I believe most of the good stuff is in the creative tab. Oh, dude. They got little plushies of themselves in the mod. That's goofy. Yo, what the? Yo, there's way too much going on here. I'm like getting a headache. I didn't know that something called alternate reality horror is real. You know what? ARGs are modern day creepypastas, basically, but set in a video format, often in a series. Okay, fair enough. So this just contains stuff from various ARGs. Dude, look at these. This looks good, dude. What a texture. Really, for real. Little connection with the other one, but that's okay, I guess. Oh my. Also, AOGs are interactive most of the time. That's why they instead are called alternate reality games. Also, like, I'm not trying to hate, but how do you get scared from... I don't do. Don't ask me. I don't even know what they are. Very loosely, kind of creepy sometimes, mostly goofy. Don't ask me, man. Some people just really put themselves in that mindset. Old cobblestone. Dude, there's a ton. I wish I knew more about any of this stuff because, like, I'm just instantly confused. Is this stuff added from other mods? Like, you just took a bunch of other mods and combined them into one mod? That's kind of cool looking. What the? Oh my goodness. Yo, that actually looks so sick. Is anyone else getting a little sick? Oh, that's like making me sick, dude. How do they do that? How do you do that? Like, how do you do that? I don't know how they did this texture. Hidden tight. That's cool. This ore looks good. Dude, oh my gosh, I really do feel like I'm about to puke for some reason. Something seems really weird. Speed bricks. Am I faster on these or something? Oh! I'm not even moving. Hang on, watch. It's moving for me. Guys, I'm not moving. Hang on. I can prove that. Watch. Watch this. I watched a video. Y'all are just talking. Alright. Dude. Alright, so like, all I'm gonna do is hop up here. And it moves me. It moves me for me. These are actually really dope. You can like use them to get around, I would assume. Okay, let me test something. Can we go around a corner? No, doesn't seem like it. Yeah, so it involves like this, just the tiniest bit of input to go around a corner. But like, if I jump up and I'm looking this way, no, they just take any amount of speed you have and just accelerate it. It's crazy. Barton, you only feel like you're being watched because I'm watching you. Barton, like, come on, man. You only feel like you're being watched because you are, okay? So that should put your mind right at ease, right? Engineer plate, engineer boots. Dude, we're not gonna be able to take a look at all this. It's way too much. But this is awesome. Played the mod. I was disappointed. The YouTubers of this mod just make clickbaits or overreact to scares. Yeah, fair enough. Are you talking about this mod? What is this? ARG container or whatever? Look at these lamps. Why do these lamps not look like other lamps? Kind of makes me upset. Talking about broken script. Gotcha. Why does that moon look like it's split in half? Dude, these water lilies are all over the place. It's actually ridiculous. All right. We'll call it there. Okay. So this is ARG container. First impressions. There's a lot of stuff in this mod. First impressions were pretty good. I'm going to say a solid 8 out of 10. For my first, I'll say 7 out of 10 because I think my first impressions were that structure that was over here. There's probably plenty of other structures I haven't seen, but this structure over here kind of bland, kind of left a lot to be desired. This one left a lot to be desired. Wasn't a huge fan, so we'll call it a 7 out of 10. The sheer amount of content is ridiculous. Easily 10 out of 10. The quality of that content, I don't know. Obviously, I didn't get to actually mess around with the majority of it, and I don't know what purpose it serves. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if this is an ARG, where's the ARG part? Is it just combining the stuff from ARGs? Can I do those ARGs? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to judge the quality of the content, so I'm gonna put it at a 7 out of 10 because I just don't know. The art and texture quality. Now, for almost everything, it's really, really good. Some things are better than others, but I assume that's probably just because you're pulling them from other mods and you want them to match. I love these. This texture's fire. So I'm going to once again give it a 7 out of 10. Creativity, I'm also going to give it a 7 out of 10 because it's right there in that same boat. I don't know. I have no idea whether you're being creative or whether this is pulled from another mod, whatever. Unique features, once again, I don't know. I don't know whether any of this is unique. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. This one's really hard to grade, or to review. The immersion feel and vibe. Now that I can probably put at a 5, because I don't know. Like, it doesn't really, like, it feels very anti-Minecraft. You feel like you're playing a mod, but you don't necessarily feel like you're playing an ARG. To my knowledge, like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like I'm in a role-playing situation at all. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. So I'm going to call it a 5 out of 10. Bonus points. Now, there are definitely a couple things that were cool. I like the water lilies. I like the flames in the air. I like the speed bricks. I like a lot of this stuff. I love a lot of the textures. I just don't get it. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. So I'm gonna give it 3 because that just feels right. You know what I mean? It just feels like the proper amount of bonus points because I don't get it. I don't know. So let's run it up from there. 17, 24. 31, 38, 45, 53. Just like that, which is not a bad score. That's pretty dang good, man. Gotta be real. Got pretty dang good. All right, man. Zenix, Zenix, dude. Your mod was dope. Like, actually so freaking cool. Made it, how many mods have you done so far? Missed your mod? Yeah, sorry, dude. But it was fire. Like, actually super cool. Probably my favorite mod so far. I've done 3 mods. So we've done the Cordyceps mod, we've done Craziness Awakened, and we've done the ARG container. And by far, easily Craziness Awakened has been my favorite so far. Did you check out Jeffrey in Survival? No. It's the coolest part. I didn't even see Jeffrey. Creative or Survival. So no, I didn't. I have no idea. But it was awesome. It was super dope. Yeah, dude. Maybe next time, man. I definitely didn't get to everything. Definitely didn't. We saw that rainbow dimension. So did you added your own custom structures to the villages that spawn in the rainbow dimension? Is that like, can you add custom villages? Is that how you did that? Like, I have no idea how you did that. Robo Jeffrey has a custom attack pattern where he shoots lasers. And yeah, I did it with jigsaws. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's cool though. You did a good job. You did a crazy good job. It was really sick. Really, I loved watching it. I loved playing with it. I would play with it myself if I actually played on Java. But that's the things, I don't play on Java. I play on Bedrock, so I don't usually play with mods. I just kind of, you know, review them, which is funny. So this next mod is actually a mod that has been updated all the way to 1.21.5. So very much updated. And it's called Sofa, and it is by Simon. Simon Says, right in there in the Discord. And then we're gonna review. Then we'll get to Bartex, and then Spriggerose, and then Hug his mod. I actually don't have a 1.21.5 instance, so I can see. I'm very aware that you guys are redeeming stuff. I'm gonna have to eat. Real talk, I'm gonna have to eat before I can do those push-ups and the sit-ups, because if I do not eat before I do those push-ups and sit-ups, I will puke. I will definitely puke. I need to eat. So I'm gonna go get some food, and I will be right back, and we will do the sofa mod. So sorry, but I gotta eat. I will try to get food as fast as I can. I'll be right back.
back. I'm making some fajitas. About halfway done. Yeah, Xenix actually. Yeah, never mind. Oh well. Yeah, so we actually figured that out. Yeah, sure enough. I think Barton had that idea. So it's a cool idea. I mean, the fact that they had it underground is dope. But you'd have no idea unless you just like stumbled upon it. So Barton's saying that his the mod he submitted is a full rework of the mod he submitted before, which is interesting to me. No, I'm hungry, dude. It's bad because I'm still hungry, but I'm also like, you know, like I got to that point where like, how do I describe this? You know how like you get so hungry that if you eat, it actually it's like it still makes you want to throw up even when you eat. You know what I mean? Like you're so hungry that putting food on your stomach is tough. That's how hungry I am right now. So yeah, it's kind of tough. Yeah. So I'm still trying. That's why I promise before the stream is over, we'll get those sit-ups and we will get the push-ups and the stretch in, but not right now. I will definitely burp city. I will definitely puke if I try and do that right now. Oh my. Now I got the hiccups. Microwave tuning in. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for chatting with us. What's the other mod that we always do here? So we do JEI. Jade. Yeah, so I know you guys can't see anything that's going on right now just because I'm downloading other mods because this mod is in 1.21.5 and I don't have a 1.21.5 instance yet. So I am downloading my other mods that work for 1.21.5. So cam stuff. Oh, what's up, man? Yeah, dude, honestly, I did not put that together. I was just sitting here like, doesn't say that you're a new chatter, but I don't recognize that name, so that's weird. What's up, Cam? Let's see. Now we should be good to go. Oh, that's funny. It says microwave. Why do you always make my food hot, but my bowl hot, but my food ice cold? Because microwaves are a terrible, terrible invention. They're like, I mean, serve a pretty good purpose, but they're just like...
Press enter to enable the narrator.
Like, if we hadn't settled for the microwave... Oh, that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not... And I can't say anything definitively, but just let me propose the question. If we hadn't settled for something as crappy as the microwave so early on, do you think we would have gotten something like the air fryer way sooner? Because I do. Right? If people weren't, you know, losing their crap over the microwave, which is a terrible cooking, it's terrible, then I feel like we would have gotten an air fryer or something similar way sooner. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it happens all the time. And the funny thing is the reverse happens too, where like I feel like that's happening with cars right now, and even phones, cars and iPhones, not iPhones, but cars and phones. We're trying to expand upon them when there's no reason to. You know, it's like, no, we've got it. You know, we've got the car. We pretty much perfected that thing. You know what I mean? Until we get flying cars, you don't really need to add anything. Same with the phone. You know, until we get like holograms that are like on our wrist. you don't need to add anything, right? You don't need to try and improve that. It already works just fine. And when you do try and improve it, usually what you end up with is something slightly worse or just different for no reason. Like, why? Why do we need to improve stuff that doesn't need improving, you know? Yeah, flying cars are obsolete because we already have them. Helicopters, yeah. Yeah, I mean, a flying car is just like a personalized helicopter. The goal with a flying car is to make a helicopter that a individual like you or I could own because it's that cheap. That's the only difference between flying cars and helicopters, really. By the way, the King model and some other mob textures are getting remade soon. They're a year old. Dude, I mean, well, the thing is, they look identical to the Ore Spawn textures. You know what I mean? Like, you nailed it. For being an Ore Spawn remake, yeah, you remade Ore Spawn. But yeah, to improve them, make them even better would be really cool. I'm eating my last fajita. Yeah, that's exactly the point. That's what I just said, no? Isn't the point of flying cars to be more available than helicopters? Yes. That is exactly the point. That's what I just said. If they were cheaper and easier to make and therefore more available, people wouldn't be all over the flying car because, yes, we already have them. It's called the helicopter. Oh, dude, that's cool. Dang. Helicopters are harder to control than a flying car. I mean, we're getting really, really into the weeds of the realms of fiction. But, I mean, I doubt that. I kind of disagree. Regular cars are easier to control, but regular cars only move in 2 dimensions, right? Forward, backward, left, right. Helicopters move in 3. That's why they're harder to control. A flying car would also move in 3 and would thus be harder to control. I'm not seeing anything around. Not immediately. Not to mention bad drivers would now become bad pilots. Yeah, exactly. We want them flying all over the place. No, no, we don't. Why is my JEI not working? What the heck? Loader mods. Neoforge 1.21.5, 1.21.5, 1.21.5, 1.21.5. Okay, what the heck? Was it just me or did that feel like it was unmodded? Seriously, what the heck? Why is the JEI mod not showing up? Yeah, there's no mod tab either. I noticed that, which isn't like... I mean, maybe he just didn't make a mod tab, but JEI isn't showing up. Yeah, what the heck? I just feel like my mods aren't loading at all. Feels like none of them are loading. Because if they were loading... Oh, you know what? I know exactly what's happening. I'm being silly. I haven't added... I need to install NeoForge. Yeah, because there are no mods loaded. I haven't installed NeoForge. Yeah, I need to install NeoForge. I'm silly. There we go. Now it should work. My bad. That's kind of embarrassing. Rip Sofa mod. No, no. I was thinking maybe Rip Sofa mod, but no, we should be able to review. We should be able to. What's my opinion of Stardew Valley? I don't really have an opinion of Stardew Valley. I've heard lots of good things. Seems like a pretty good game. I'm neither really for it nor against it. In any way, you know, I'm indifferent about Stardew Valley. I've heard good things. You know? All right, sofa, creative, create. There we go. So there is no mod tab. That wasn't just like coincidence. There is actually no creative mod tab, which is kind of annoying. But we can come over here and we can do at sofa. So it looks like there's might be some new biomes. The Barrens, it seems. All right, let's check that out. Okay, it looks like you might be experiencing the glitch where custom biomes spawn like way underground. Yeah. Yeah, definitely seems like the custom biomes are spawning way underground. Which is a glitch in MCreator, so... Yeah, -23. That's not right. I mean, Ace, not Flint. Oh, you just call me Flint? Bro. What's my opinion on the whole copper armor? I think it will make speedruns way easier. And I think, well, I mean, maybe not. Because maybe people don't actually bother getting... I don't know how speedrunners play the game, to be honest with you. I think it will make the early days easier because you don't have to find iron. You can just get copper and kind of settle with copper for a while. Then again, that's what leather is for. I feel like adding more uses to leather armor or something like that, or more niche cases for leather armor, might have been a better move. I don't really have anything ultra against it, you know what I mean? I think it's okay. I think it is largely unnecessary. But I don't necessarily think it's like a big deal. I don't think it's a bad thing. And like, yeah, I mean, you can make tools out of copper, right? Like that's just a thing, you know. You don't, so no, why not add copper? Since they're good if you don't want to waste the iron early game, they're very easy to get. Yeah. Yeah. That's, you know, Barton's opinion, yeah. Founder says, yeah, but like, let's be honest, who in their right mind goes for leather? Exactly. So I would have liked to see them add more reasons for someone to go to leather. You know what I mean? Like, because, yeah, who does go to leather? No one goes and gets leather armor. No one does. It's not a thing. So I would have liked to see them add more reasons to go get leather armor than instead just replacing leather armor with a new type of armor. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. You know, will I use it? If that's your question, the answer is no. No, I won't use it because I don't make new worlds. I play on a forever world, and on that forever world, I've got, like, several sets of netherite armor. So, no, I will never use the well, I won't say never. I'll probably make a new, like, maybe a hardcore world one day or something like that and use it, but... Yeah, no, yeah, the fact that leather boots keep you above powdered snow is awesome. Like, a great addition. A fantastic addition. They need more stuff like that for leather. Like, you need leather armor for diamond, iron, and netherite. Like, padding. I wouldn't say need, but I think it would be cool if you could add padding. You know what I mean? From the leather armor. And it, like, I don't know, increase durability a little bit or something like that. But, yeah, right? Like, just give leather a little bit more use. You know what I mean? Like, imagine this. Imagine you can pad your iron armor with leather, and then it's padded iron armor, and then you can dye your padded iron armor. So now you can have dyeable armor, and you can create, like, teams, you know, red versus blue, and people aren't forced to wear leather armor. They can wear diamond armor, but it's still padded and thus still dyeable. You know what I mean? Think about that. Let's think about that. Kind of off topic, I love how their desert revamp is a pink flower on cactus and then tan grass. Yeah, but let me say this. I think a lot of people are underestimating just how far that grass goes. Let me just search desert. And so maybe they need to add some rocks and some boulders, but yeah, I mean, adding some of that dead grass and whatnot is I mean, palm trees obviously would be nice, but let's ignore that. Adding that dead grass is like a significant step forward because the deserts are meant to be barren and empty. Like, look at this. Yeah, sure, there are parts of the desert that look like this, but there are parts of the desert that look like this. So there should also be parts that are just sand. Now, they should do a lot better job at making dunes. That would be cool. But, you know, just as many parts of the desert that look like this. Maybe even more look like this, right? So, other than, like, the palm tree and maybe a creature or two, like a lizard or a vulture, I think the grass goes a long way. Getting a boulder in there would be pretty nice, too. Sandstone boulder or something like that. Yeah, more branching cacti would be cool, which we say more. Any branching cacti would be cool. All right, so it seems like the sofa mod biomes are not spawning correctly. Let's see if we can /locate a structure for sofa mod. Doesn't seem like sofa has any structures, so it all just comes down to this. It looks like you can now make glowstone tools, which is kind of cool. I'm kind of curious what this glowstone helmet would look like, or this glowstone armor. Yeah, so just basic armor. Alright, so it seems like this mod just adds some basic stuff. Some basic tools, some basic weapons. I'm gonna go ahead and equip some of this armor. Just in case. Emeraldium. Emeraldite. That's weird. So Emeraldite gives you Emeraldite. And then you can craft emeraldium boot. Why not call it emeraldite? You already called it emeraldite. Why change it to emeraldium? Like, call it emeraldite. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah, so all of these are pretty basic armor sets. Basic texturing and whatnot. I think vultures were a planned thing, just not right away. Yeah, they were on the desert upgrade. Of course, mountains won that, but I do think vultures are on the back burner and will eventually be added. So, voted for Taiga. Oh, is that what got? Okay, and we already did mountains when we did caves and cliffs too, though. But Taiga won. I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, berries and fox are great features. Berries are my favorite food source. Berries are, like, easily the worst food source. They're really good early game. I'd say they're better than pumpkins, or not pumpkins, better than melons early game, but they're also just as terrible as melons. So, yeah, they're easily the worst food source, other than maybe melons. So, but I do use them a lot early game. Early game, yeah, I absolutely use... I use berries a lot until I get my first farm set up, so... Steak is easily the best? Okay, you're tripping. Golden carrots. Anyone who says anything other than golden carrots is just wrong. Like, golden carrots is hands down, undisputed, the best food source. How do you farm a ton of steak early game? Bro, that was a silly question. Do you understand how easy it is to farm bone meal, and thus how easy it is to farm wheat, and thus how easy it is to farm steak? You can. That's why berries are great for early game, but they still suck as a food source on the whole. You know what I mean? Dude, I don't think any of his items or tools actually even show. Well, there's some. These are like the only things that actually show up at all anywhere. Dang. Okay, and then block of barren. Barren ore. Okay. And then we have these ebony trees. Doesn't seem to be any saplings, though, so can't grow one of these trees because we can't find one of his biomes. Francium ore. Block of francium. Yeah, I mean, this is really basic. It's just barely scratching the surface. And the textures are okay. It looks like a first mod, you know, like a starting mod. Do we have any information on it? Add some much needed new armor, new tools, and new blocks. All right. Tools for amethyst, steel, glowstone, emeraldite, and francium. Amethyst? Oh yeah, sure enough, right there. Pretty cool. Glowberries are the things I suck. What? What? Okay. Meanwhile, wheat, carrots, and even steak take a lot more time. They do take more time, but I mean, have you ever heard of a chicken cooker? Like, there's a reason why lava chicken is a meme. You know what I mean? And there's a reason why they put it in the Minecraft movie, because lava chicken and fully automatic AFK chicken cookers have been in the game for years. They are iconic. And sure, berries are a great early game food source, but the first thing I'm doing after I get my base set up is building an automatic chicken cooker, and I won't need my berry farm anymore. I meant to say that glowberries are the things that suck, but it sounded funny, so I didn't want to edit it. Yeah, it does. Can't even edit it? Yeah, fair enough. Whatever. All right, what are we doing? What are we doing? All right, this is pretty much it, honestly. Let's be real here. Let's be real. Which means we can move on to the review. So this is called Sofa. My first impressions were pretty much nothing. yeah, I mean, there's pretty much nothing here. Like, it's not much. There's not even a creative menu tab. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. For my first impressions here. It didn't hit me, man. Like, there's just not much here. So it says much needed. How? I don't think any of this is even better than netherite. Like, none of it's, so how is it needed? I guess it gives you an alternative to iron, but man, I'm progressing to netherite almost instantly. You know what I mean? I'm speedrunning that stuff, that stuff. Moving right to netherite. Amount of content is pretty mid. You know, I'd say it rides that middle line. So it's not none, but it's not a ton. It's a decent amount, so I'll call it a 5. The quality of the content. As far as I can tell, it's all coded fine, but like the ores don't have deep slate versions. The trees don't even have saplings. So I can't really say much. I'm going to give it like a 6 out of 10 because it does leave a decent amount to be desired. And the art and texture quality is not awful, but it's not very good. Like, it doesn't stand out. It's like, oh my gosh, I love that texture. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10 for art and texture quality. Creativity, I mean, you're definitely being, I've never heard of francium, so it seems like your own genuine invention. And I've never heard of barren as an ore type, so that's also pretty like creative. And then, you know, steel, I feel like that's a creative choice. I think it's weird that you have, like, why not just call it emerald? Like, why not just use emerald? Why did you add your own emeraldite? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it feels weird to me. But I guess you could call that creative. So we'll call it a 6 out of 10. It's not lacking, but it does have, like, it's not like not creative at all, but it is lacking in creativity. You know, it could use a bit more. And as far as unique features go, I don't feel like any of it's unique, right? Like, so technically you have one unique armor set, one unique tool set, and then a bunch of duplicates, right? And then one unique tree. But like, trees and ores are like the basic materials of the game. It's not very creative, not very unique now, is it? So I'm gonna call that a 4 out of 10. The immersion feel and vibe is probably there, but probably just because you don't really tell, you probably can't tell if the mod is really installed at all. If I had to guess. So I'm gonna once again give it a 4. Bonus points. I think it's clever to have glowstone armor and tools. Now, I would never implement glowstone and armor and tools myself, but it's clever to pool on ores that are already there, like glowstone or amethyst. So I'll give you 2. 1 for glowstone and 1 for amethyst. Now, running back through it. First impression, we got a 4, 5, make 9, 15, 19, 25, 29, 33, 35. I think, no, that's not. 32 is a record low. I was going to say, I think that's a record low, but it's not a record low. 32, I think we've even had below 32 before, and that's awful. So you met at least 32, which means it's not a bad mod. It just has a lot of work to be done. I would love to see you resubmit this mod and for me to just be absolutely blown away by it, because I could be, I could be, but I would recommend really considering whether all of these ores are necessary. Like emeraldite. Why not just use emerald? And I mean that genuinely. Why not just use emerald? If you don't want to use emerald, give me a reason. Why not? What does emeraldite do? Well, it makes, armor, but you could have just added that to emerald. You know what I mean? Like, and then the biome needs fixed, and I would love to see the textures changed and updated to be more modern and to look a bit better. But other than that, that's gonna do it for Sofa. This mod is pretty disappointing in my opinion. Rip. Warley coming at him, dude. I know you probably will answer no, but do you know someone called Madness Max 1098? No, I don't. Never heard of him. He's asking me to say this, by the way. I also want to submit a mod next month for review. Okay. Also, it's literally the fact that all he used was the base armor and tools maker, which takes 1 minute in Imp Creator. Yeah, and the base wood maker. Like, I don't even think the wood had stripped variants. You know what I mean? You can just tell it's really basic. It's okay. I mean, especially for your first mod and when you're just getting into it, that mod, I'm sure every single one of us have made a mod or our mod at some point looked almost identical to Sofa, the mod we just reviewed, because it's just clear that he's learning, you know, he's just getting his feet wet, learning the basics. I'm sure we've all been there. I've been there. I know for a fact I've been there. There was a time when Ace's MC was even more repetitive and bland than that mod we just reviewed, because all I was doing was just messing around. So it's not like you can't improve, you know what I mean? It's not like you can't change it or get or undo, you know, those problems that we were talking about. So Barton, you're gonna have to resend it. It is not letting me download. You're gonna have to resend it. Okay. While he's resending, I'm gonna do those push-ups and those sit-ups because I think I can do them now. I'm feeling a lot better. Got some food on my stomach. It's not ideal to do that with food on my stomach, but I think we'll be fine. Guys, I tell you, I finally got a wallet. If you guys were watching the streams a while back, I was using a plastic baggie. You can thank Xander for that. He gave me a wallet. All right, push-ups. Here we go. Let's do big screen here. Big screen, just like that. He do make games. He's not a MC modder exactly, but he do make games on other platforms. Okay, cool. Pretty cool. I thought it would add a sofa. Yeah, right. About Mattis Max, I don't want to drag this on, but he's basically a friend of mine. Okay, cool. Gotcha. All right. All right. Push-ups. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the sit-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. I'm back. Here we go. Okay. 1.21.1. Edit instance. Delete. And there we go. And launch. It's basically a new mod. It has some old textures. Main part about... Okay, cool. Fully reworked progression. Machines. Alright. Let's hop into it. I'm ready to go. I am ready to go. I'm ready for this to make sense. And to be a logical progression. That feels very worth the grind. Bro, I was just in my basement and I forgot I had my headset on. And I just randomly start hearing this heavenly music. Yeah, bro, dude, Destiny will hit you with that. Hit you with the Bartek 2 guidebook. Dude. Dude, this is already like a million times better. Dude, already. Yeah, so you need like it'd be ideal if these buttons were like part of the GUI and you had like a back button that allowed you to go back to like the main page here. And like other stuff like that. But dude, this is already like so much better. Oh, so much better. Hang on. Two whole pages. Couple of reused textures, like the drill here. Yeah, you asked for that. No, dude, it's fire. No, it's actually so dope. This is so good. Like, so good. I cannot put into words how good this is. This is fantastic. Bro, I was just in my basement. Okay, I already read that. Yeah. Holy, yeah. Ace, do you like Tralolero Tralala? I have no idea what that is, man. No idea. Okay, no, but it's getting me into it. Now I want to know. Okay, so bronze machine hull. So in order to get this machine hull, which I'm assuming we need to make any sort of machine, we're going to need bronze and we're going to need steel. Reinforced hammer. All right, so you grind up a bit, get yourself some nice iron, you get yourself a hammer. From there you can make yourself these ores and whatnot. So tin looks a little weird to me. Oh wow, okay, so that's a couple steps removed. Cassiterite dust. You pound the dust into nickel dust. Cooper nickel Invar. Yeah, right on. Okay. It looks like you can't smelt nickel dust into a nickel bar, which is kind of weird. Like, but whatever. Very iron heavy, for real. So steam boiler is pretty simple to get after you unlock all the other machine stuff. Okay, so I'm assuming all you need to do is just put water in here and it turns it into steam. Yeah. A bark scraper. Sticky resin. Pretty cool. It's got the problem that my bark had for a while, where you're spawning the bark like right inside of the block, specifically right here on this corner, so it's getting like glitched. You need to register what side of the block the player clicks on, and spawn it on that side of the block so that it doesn't do this weirdness. That's something that's not too hard. Yeah. There is no nickel ingot. It's only used for alloys. Yeah, but why not? Add a nickel ingot, add a nickel block, decorations, you know what I mean? Like, I would love to see... So you have a block of tungsten here, and I'm assuming that's, yeah, because it's directly used for something else. But I would love to see every single one of these, like stainless steel, you know? Why does stainless steel not have a block, right? Oh, it does. Well, it's a machine hull, but that... Okay, well, it looks a little weird. Yeah, so it doesn't fit with Minecraft, which bugs me because I'm such a big fan of things that stick with the, like, natural progression of base game Minecraft. So it's a little, you know, bugs me a little bit, but it's okay. It is very cool nonetheless, and it is a lot better than the previous version. All right, steel drill head, steel plate. What is that? Steel iron rod? How do you make an iron rod? Probably something in here, isn't it? Iron rod. Yep. Guessed it right away. Oh, and they all run... Looks like they all run on steam or batteries. So that's cool. Yeah. Hydrogen plasma bucket. High pressure steam bucket. Steam boiler. Okay, I can't just boil steam to make it high pressure steam. And I can't seem to craft high pressure steam bucket in either. There are textures from Greg Tech though, other than I made all the textures myself. Because I remember like half the textures, such as the circuit. Yeah. There's a high pressure steam boiler. Oh, that makes sense. Advanced steam boiler. Yeah, okay, I see. Salt water gives you lithium. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Bark scraper from steel. Electric drill with this a basic circuit. So the electric drill is a little bit removed. You need an advanced battery. How does one get an advanced battery? Yes. Yeah, so it is a little bit removed. It's so much easier to follow though. Like, it's so much easier because like so yeah, it is a little bit annoying that I'm like, oh, how do I get copper nickel wire? I have literally no idea because it won't tell me when I click on it because it's not a vanilla crafting recipe. But that's not really Barton's fault. It's not really something he could control. I'm sure that's something he would not want if he could control it. But having this book, it's so much better. So much better. It's ridiculous. I would love to see the layout and the GUI of the book improved. But just the layout. Like, you know, the recipe, you know, this is perfect. Your recipe things here are all perfect. I just need to see the GUI slightly improved, right? The layout, right? The advanced steam boiler makes steam from empty buckets. Oh, interesting. There is a high pressure steam boiler, and there's one advancement, and it's obtained when you get one of the machines. I don't know what a solar activator is. Hey, is there a way to craft the book? Well, hang on. Okay, so it doesn't give it back to me when I respawn. So because there is, like, it does not give me the book every time I respawn, which is good. I do think it should work that way. You should definitely add a crafting recipe for this book. I'm thinking, like, even just, like, a book surrounded in copper or something like that or surrounded in maybe even sticky resin. But yeah, definitely add a crafting recipe for the book. You get it every time you join. Yeah, sure enough. All right, well, fair enough. I would say only give it to them the first time. Don't have it given to them every single time they join, and just add a crafting recipe. That's my personal preference on how to do that. So that you can recraft a new one if you want, but it gives you one out the gate. But it's up to you. At Bart Tech 2. All right. It does seem way easier to get pretty much every single thing there is. It doesn't seem like it adds any new ore, which is kind of weird. So this turns titanium into tungsten, which is kind of weird. How do we even get titanium? The EBF is very good, electric blast furnace. No ores. The quarry gives you both. You can test it out. Doesn't say that it gives me both. But yeah, let's give it a shot. Why not? Electric quarry, which means it should run on electricity. But it doesn't, does it? It runs on steam. Oh no, it runs on batteries. Okay, cool. I was like, that's a little silly. It would be kind of nice if the color of this wasn't blue. Like, if the blue one was steam and the red one was electric, I think would make it a little bit, like, I don't know, a little bit more... It'd make more sense to me, at least. And then you activate it and it gives you both. Okay, got you. So it doesn't convert one to the other. Alright, fair enough. I think it's a little weird that this machine is just giving you these materials out of nowhere, but it's fine, I guess. It's just kind of how these mods work, isn't it? So this will give me high pressure steam. This one probably runs on high pressure steam. And yeah, so high pressure steam and then it charges my batteries. Gotcha. Basic battery, advanced battery, elite battery. Yeah. No, dude, this progression, it's still super grindy, but it makes way more sense. Like, it's way more logical and, like, way more, like, linear, in my opinion. It feels a lot better. And I think this book is even just, like, a huge part of that. Singularity, water bucket, UU matter clump. At least it's not thousands of redstone blocks. Hell no. Yeah, for real, right? Turbines are used to just charge the batteries, which makes sense. Like, it actually makes a lot of sense. So we could, like, classify, like, we can classify the machine types, you know? And that's something I'm getting without, yeah, I mean, sure, you said, like, you just told me. But I kind of put that together already, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so we get turbines, and so you know, you get the steam power to get the steam, and then you use the turbines with the steam power to charge your batteries, right? And this runs on hydrogen plasma to charge your elite battery. Yeah, so, like, yeah, they all run on different types of steam that level up, and then they charge you different levels of batteries. And then you have another level here. Looks like there's only one type of centrifuge. There's probably only one type of reactor. Yeah. And I'm assuming the fusion reactor is like the end-all be-all. The replicator is the end-all be-all. That makes sense. And it runs on plasma batteries. And I'm assuming I can put literally anything into this and it will duplicate it. Or elite batteries. Honestly, personally, my brain keeps wanting to call them plasma batteries. So, I don't know. Okay, maybe I can only replicate certain things. You need the UU matter. Okay, wait. You use the plasma in the plasma turbine. Yeah, so you use the reactor to get the plasma, and you put the plasma in the plasma turbine to get the battery, and then you put the battery into the replicator. It doesn't need a battery. Okay. You put the matter clump in. How do you get the matter clump again? Compressing a singularity. And you get the singularity from TNT and blocks of tungsten with an elite battery. So that's why you need the elite battery, right? And then you put what? That in there, and then you can, yeah, just duplicate. Hang on. I will say, here's something you're gonna want to consider. That's actually kind of clever. I did not piece that together, that it would consume 2 anyways and give you 2, so that you can't actually duplicate it because it uses 2 either way. That is some very sneaky, very clever built-in like balancing. That's good. What I was thinking was just make it so that it's impossible to put this item in this item slot. Like, make it so that this item slot cannot hold this item. But, I mean, no. I mean, you don't need to do that. Like, it's not possible to duplicate your UU matter clumps, which would be overpowered. I guess technically it's possible to duplicate your singularities. But at that point, you're not really gaining anything because you're spending a UU matter clump. So you're spending a whole water bucket and energy to get this. So I guess you're technically saying a water bucket and energy is the equivalent of a block of tungsten and 2 pieces of TNT and a little bit of energy. So a water bucket is equivalent to 2 pieces of TNT and a block of tungsten. Okay, now I'm doing math. Yeah, so essentially what we've got here is once you unlock the replicator, you can duplicate your singularities through here instead. And then you're essentially saying that 1 water bucket is the same as 1 block of tungsten and 2 things of TNT. To me, that seems way cheaper than this. So I think I would much rather use my singularities and water buckets to make UU matter clumps, and then use my UU matter clumps to make more singularities. Singularities are infinite anyways? What? Really? Okay, well then, like, literally anything I'm finding to, like, break this, apparently, you've already thought it, like, just the way it works, built in, is already naturally works against any sort of duplication, quote-unquote, glitch that you would find, so, that's cool. I mean, so far, I can't see any sort of, like, imbalance in the, yeah, it is, dude. I just put multiple in there, right? There's no way that's actually... It used 1, right? You said they're infinite anyways. Oh, and it consumed my... Oh, wow! It consumed the entire battery charge. It is infinite. Huh. But if I put multiple in there, I think it's going to overwrite. I like these battery textures too. I think they're kind of cool. Yeah, so it overwrites my 64 and puts it back down to 1, which is a problem if you want it to be. Or, you know what you could do is just limit the stack size input to 1 so that you can't put more than 1 block in here anyways. You know what I mean? That's definitely an option. But yeah, that's definitely a bug that should be fixed. But yeah, I guess they're infinite, so that's like a whole nother thing I don't have to consider anymore, which is goofy. And there's a way to charge these batteries, right? Like, turbines, yeah. And then you pop it back in there, and you need more plasma, which means you need more deuterium oxide and tritium oxide and another hydrogen bucket. So all you need is a basic battery, water, and a centrifuge, and you can get... What was the other one? Something oxide, titanium oxide, or whatever. I'm not seeing any way to get titanium oxide or titanium dust here. It was the fusion reactor? It's crafted in the crafting table. Wait, what? Oh! Why did that not work from inside the thing? That's weird. Solar activator, lithium dust. So we can get lithium from salt water, yeah. And the solar activator... Well, how the heck do you get a solar activator? How the heck do you get a solar activator? Deuterium? You craft it in the crafting table? You don't! You don't craft it. You don't craft it in the crafting table. I'm clicking on it right now, and it's not giving me any crafting recipe. Dang. I didn't have the recipe? Yeah, I don't think so. Sorry, no worries, man. No, this is all... I like this a lot better. And then we can make, what? Basic motors? Electric pump? So I don't know what any of these things do. Okay, so you need the electric pump for the advanced steam boiler, which makes sense. Fair enough. So it's all very linear, and the whole goal is just to get to the replicator, it seems. Which, I mean, makes sense, honestly. And then after you get to the replicator, the only thing you need to be able to farm is your batteries. So technically, all you need to be able to do is farm plasma. Which you get from here. The hydrogen bucket and the deuterium oxide. So that's water bucket. You need a basic battery as well. Which means you need steam. Dude, I think you really could fully automate replication. Pretty much fully automate. Not quite. You need to work on that next, Barton. Here's what I would work on next if I were you. End with the replicator. Grab yourself some hoppers, right? And go, okay, this is my end goal right here, the replicator. The replicator's gonna take in batteries from one side, right? I know these aren't charged batteries, but batteries from one side. And it's gonna take in any item I want from the other. So really the only item it has to take in is batteries. Yeah, so just hook it up to a battery connector, right? On the back end or something, right? So you come up to the replicator, and then you got batteries hooked up to it on the back end. But in order to get those batteries, which would come from this plasma turbine, You then need what? Hydrogen plasma bucket and uncharged batteries. So you can have an input on this side that's just going to be for your uncharged batteries, because I'm assuming you can kind of just manually throw those in there. And then on this side, you can have an input for your plasma buckets, right? Now, where do you get the plasma bucket? And just, I'm challenging you, man. In a creative world, do this and chain it all the way back to their basic farms and see if you can automatically farm these elite batteries and have them pop into your replicator automatically so that you can just craft whatever you want, and then you pop your empty batteries back up here once you're done, right? Dude, they just straight up disappeared. Oh, they went right back down here because there's no hopper logic on the like exits and stuff from this. Yeah, but what? Right. There's also one achievement. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Are achievements disabled or something? Huh. I feel like achievements might be disabled or something because I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time identifying it or getting it. It's by obtaining the centrifuge. Centripetal force. I am curious as to what reference that is. You said it's from a show? It's from the Big Bang Theory. Season 1, episode 3. Of course, yeah. Yeah, I would not. I mean, I watch Big Bang all the time, but I wouldn't have gotten that. Very small one. I mean, it's got to be, right? Usually, I'm really good about that type of stuff, like one-off jokes and whatnot. What's this mod called? Grady doesn't have brain rot. Hello, I'm back. This mod is called Bart Tech 2. Bart Tech 2. 3D NTO Central? Yo, try Striker's Bone Tools on CurseForge. All right, so we have got a well, actually not so much anymore, but a big list of people who have recommended mods for me to try. So we're gonna work through that list. I think we've got 2 more after this, and we've only got like an hour more to stream. So probably not gonna be able to get to it, man. But if you want to try and submit it for the next time we do this, which will be about a month. In about a month, then you can join the Discord and submit it in there whenever the mod submissions open up, so that you can try to make sure that mod gets reviewed next time, man. But dude, so I think that's pretty much it. We got the gist of it. Electric blast furnace. I want to see what's in that. So does this just... Damn. That's strong. Yeah. Wow, that's really strong. I will say it does require player input, right? So like if I had this hooked up to the output of like, well, not even an iron farm, but hooked up to the output of anything, like you have to, it requires player input. That's my favorite block in the whole mod. I mean, it's a pretty good block. It's pretty strong. It's like, I love the texture of it too, like that unique texture. None of the other machines have this texture. You should see if you can make this an animated fan blade texture so that it's like spinning. That would be cool. That's really ridiculously strong. It doesn't even run on batteries. Like, if it ran on a battery, that'd be, you know, maybe even a little bit expensive. Because, I don't know, you know, spend a whole battery. But, dude, that's ridiculous. Check its recipe. I mean, it's not too expensive. Yeah, I mean, you can get Invar pretty feasibly. It requires a battery to be crafted, which I guess is fair. Yeah. And a blast furnace. Yeah, I mean, it's not too expensive. Smelt anything instantly? Anything? Anything? Oh, wow. Okay, hang on. Dude, oh my gosh. It really can. Cheezel. Cheezel. Yeah, dude, you're not kidding. That's nuts. Since it uses the smelting resource procedure block. Oh yeah, smelting result procedure block. Gotcha. I'm gonna go honk my shoe. Oh, I'm going to sleep. I got you. I was like, wait, what? Okay, goodbye, progress. I shall see you in the next one, hopefully. Even modded items from... Yeah, because it just uses the smelting resource tab. Dude, that's really... I mean, that's really cool. I'm gonna keep testing it as if it's gonna change, but no, it'll work every time. Dude, that's a bit OP. That's like just a wee bit OP. Just a wee bit. Like the mod, okay, the progression tabs, yeah. Okay, yeah, so it breaks it down for you. And you've got the basic stuff here. And then you get a lot more materials once you enter the electric age. You get some drills and whatnot. Advanced electric age is a lot smaller. Replicator, fusion reactor, turbine, compression chamber. It's supposed to be it is supposed to be OP. It's supposed to be a mid-game goal, like something that players want to get. They need to progress. Also, can you check out the recipes for the items? Is it Sprig's mod after this? Yes. Yeah, Sprig's mod is up next. And then your mod, Hugga. And then we're done. So. Can you check the... Yeah. Oh, you have stainless steel rotor on top of the steel rotor up here? I guess that makes sense, and you probably use the... So it looks like you don't have a crafting recipe for the steam turbine. The basic steam turbine is missing a crafting recipe. So you just use 2 of them here. Advanced steam boiler, high pressure steam boiler. Okay, so yeah, you use the previous one in the next one. I like that. And then you go through the electric quarry. Yeah, makes sense. Gotta go see it later, commenter. Thank you for stopping by. All right. That is going to do it for Bartek 2. But I was very impressed. First impressions? I mean, I was impressed. Right out the gate. We'll give it an 8 out of 10. Just kind of feels like where I was at. The amount of content, we'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's not as much as the previous mod, but that's fine. I mean, there's still a ton of content here. I think he's just barely, like, hitting that, like, reaching that balance of, like, as much content without it being overwhelming and still kind of making sense linear, progression-wise and whatnot. So he's really riding that line. He's, like, really, really riding that line. But I think it works. I think it works well. The quality of the content that's here, man, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Because it's so close. There are just a tiny bit of bugs, just a tiny bit of things that I'm like, yeah, okay. I mean, like, especially like with the hoppers and whatnot. I don't even know how to fix that. But having hoppers work properly with it would be really nice and all that type of jazz. Like, So this is just the tiniest stuff, but it is so good. A lot of the stuff that's here is immensely good. Art and texture quality is a 10 out of 10. I don't think I see a single texture that I'm not a fan of, or a single texture that's not really. I mean, this one maybe leaves a little bit to be desired, but yeah, I like them. I like them a lot. Creativity. Now, this is interesting because it is creative, but it also all is like built off of your original mod, right? So it's not as creative because it's built off of that mod, but that mod was also creative enough to do all this stuff on its own anyways. You know what I mean? So like it's really, it leaves me with mixed feelings. But I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10 on the creativity. Unique features. I want to say that there are plenty of other tech mods that add pretty much anything this mod is gonna add. But that doesn't mean that they're not unique, right? And that they don't serve their own purpose. It's kind of up in the air. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. The immersion feel and vibe is great. It's way better than the first part tech. I would love to see some more, like, handheld tools, like the drill. And some more, maybe even some armor or some weapons or stuff like that. Maybe some droids, like you can, maybe put up a droid and it's like a pet that follows you around. Just stuff like that, lean into the tech, but also expand upon tech in other areas of Minecraft. Look at the whole Minecraft as a whole. Don't discriminate. Oh, I only care about the metals. Oh, I only care about the machines. No, don't discriminate. Look at Minecraft as a whole and then tackle the mod, because it would feel so much better that way. But it's close. It's close. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. For the bonus points, man, you're going to get 3 bonus points just for this guidebook. 3 from the guidebook alone, because that guidebook is so good. Easily the best guidebook I've ever seen in any mod doing these mod reviews. Maybe not any mod out there, but any mod during these mod reviews, it's easily the best guidebook I've ever seen. Super fire, has given me a ton of ideas for my mod and how I want to implement my guidebooks, because I do plan on implementing guidebooks. So that's really good. I love the fact that you managed to create a linear and clear progression, but that still feels good. So I'm gonna give you an extra bonus point for that. And then your creativity and your textures, I'm gonna say, are gonna net you an extra 2 bonus points. So there we go. That's 8, 9, 17. And then 26, 36, 44, 51, 58, 64. A solid stack of stars right there. 64 is the number to beat for today. Current plan is to port over all the tools that were in Bartek Legacy. Makes sense. Makes sense. If I made this, it would take like all year. Damn. Also plan to add in armor. That would be nice. That's what I'm saying, man. That would be the next move. Unless you could somehow get your machines working better with hoppers. The fact that they don't work very well with hoppers is kind of sad. But, there's only so much you can do about that, right? So, it'd be nice to have them working a bit better. That's funny. I see Sprig's message. I don't think he's in here anymore. Of the, Discord 12,000 notifications. I had 53. I had 53 notifications from mod review submissions alone. So yeah, something like 60. Almost a little over 60 notifications this morning when I woke up. So... All right. Next up is Sprigero with a lot of knives. So we go, edit instance here, loader mods. We can do... Get rid of that. And then drop in a lot of knives. There we go. Wonder if it has more knives than mine. Who knows, man? It's called a lot of knives, so I would assume it does. I would hope it does. It says it has knife, short knife, tiny knife, and super short knife. I feel like all three of these are pretty much like synonyms. Like, I'm assuming this goes down in size, so you have the knife, the short knife, the tiny knife, and the super short. Like, why not use super tiny? Like, that would make it clear that it's smaller than this, right? But I don't know. I don't know. Do you think it's an overall improvement since Bartek? Absolutely. Like, without question, it is an improvement. By the way, my mod is in 1.21.1 now. That's what my mod is in too. All right, so I'm assuming we're only gonna have knives. And sure enough, we have iron knife, short iron knife, tiny iron knife, super short iron knife. And then we have daggers. The gold has a sickle, and then iron has a sika, and then gold has a akinesis. I don't know what the heck that is. Let's see what the thing says here. Items, diamond nugget. Okay, so yeah, diamond knife, short diamond knife, tiny diamond knife, super short diamond knife. Okay, right on. So the tiny diamond knife actually has the ability, you can see it better here. So the tiny knife actually has the ability to out damage the short knife, which makes sense because it costs more. It costs like 4 times as much. But as I think the short knives are easily the play. They're like the best bang for your buck, I'm pretty sure. Wow, 0.7 attack damage, that's like nothing. Dang. But it actually has the ability to out damage it because of its attack speed. If you're swinging it at maximum speed, then you're going to be getting more damage than you would from the short diamond knife. But the short diamond knife is doing more raw damage. So if you're not swinging at maximum speed, you might be able to do more with the short knife. So that's pretty cool. A lot of little daggers here. I don't think any of these are like special. You know what I mean? I don't think any of them have special behaviors. We can pull them out and try. But yeah, as far as I can tell, they're all just weapons. I keep at today in the 2024.4 version because the plugins of the 1.20.1 is not released yet. Oh, I see. No netherite? Yeah, no netherite, apparently. No netherite. No copper either. Bada bing with the copper. Yeah, but no netherite, no wood, and no stone. And no copper. A lot more knives to be added, it seems. I think that's it. Man, I can't think of anything else. I cannot think of anything else, so we're just gonna call it there. That's it right there. Short and sweet, man. A lot of knives. A lot of knives. There we go. Let's bring the form back. And I'm gonna make that capital because I'm weird. All right, first impressions. Looks pretty good. I mean, the CurseForge page looks good. You know, over here, I like the little image here. And then when you load in, you get your knives, and they look good. So first impressions is not bad. There's not a ton of stuff, but it's not bad. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. The amount. Oh my. Oh well. Oh, the amount of content. Well, there's really not much now, is there? There's a lot of daggers. That's about it. But you're not even like, even for being just knives, you're still missing a few. You know what I mean? A few options there. So I'm gonna say 3 out of 10 on the amount of content. The quality of the content, man, the textures look good. I don't know what to say other than that. Like, textures look good. So, they seem to work. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Art texture quality is there. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 just because I think this sickle here leaves a little bit to be desired. And, like, this diamond nugget, I'm not a huge fan, so we'll leave it at that. Creativity is kind of down in the toilet. Like, you're not being all that creative, but I mean, you're being pretty creative with, like, how many knives you have and stuff like that, but they are just knives at the end of the day. Unique features is also going to be a 4 because it's just not that unique. I love the creativity and the uniqueness of adding, like, a special one for each one, but it's not that unique, you know what I mean? Like, it's got a problem there. And the immersion feel and vibe, I'd say that's actually about an 8 out of 10. It fits really well. The feel's great. The vibe is great. And I'm going to give you a bonus point for your inclusion of so many different lengths of knife, and a bonus point for your inclusion of giving each one a special version. But that's pretty much all I can give it credit for, personally. It's pretty cool. Personally, I think it's a little bit just kind of, I don't know, niche. But I can totally see where some people would be like, yeah, why not add this mod to a mod pack? You know what I mean? Might as well. You get a bunch of extra knives in there and just for the fun of it. So that total score is going to be 6, 9, 16, 25, 29, 33, 41, 43. Which ain't bad. That's not bad considering how small this mod is. That means you did a good job. It means you did a real good job. Redeem the stretch? Okay. Let's save and quit. We've got one more mod to review, and we've got 45 minutes left before the stream's gonna be over for show. So let's hit the stretch, and let's get that mod downloaded. All right. Here we go. All right. Oh my. Oh. Oh, that stretch feels so good. Oh man. Ah. Oh. Oh. Dude, there's something right here in my leg that just, like, really needs to be stretched out. It's bad. It's real bad. Ugh. Thank you for the stretch. Okay. Alright. But without further ado, the last mod on our list today is Mo Stuff. It's not Mo Stuff. It's more stuff. More stuff. Just what it says. It's more stuff. So it's like, you know, imagine some stuff, right? And then, like, imagine some more of it, you know? And that's what we got going on. That's what we got going on, man. So that's, yep. All right. Got a drag and drop over here. Launch, and there we go. Yo, Ace! You said you like Big Bang Theory. Who's your favorite character? I like Sheldon. I don't know. Favorite character, I would say. Now I mean, like, I haven't given this a ton of thought. Like, oh, definitely, you know, like, you're putting me on the spot, but just putting me on the spot like this, I would say, Raj. If we're gonna do, like, the main cast, like, you know what I mean? Like, what is it, like 6 in, like, that main cast? So including, like, Amy and Bernadette and Penny, and then the main, what is it, 4 of them, 5 of them, or whatever, including all those main characters, I would say Raj. Can I remove? There it is. Remove. Okay. And then install NeoForge. Newest version. Okay. And then launch. But Raj is awesome. Oh, he agreed. Oh, look at that. Yes. but Amy, Bernadette, and Penny are in the main cast. Yeah, yeah. Like, I can see where some might be like, oh, Amy, well, Penny is undeniably main cast. Like, she's, I mean, you can say that Sheldon is the main character, but Penny is the main character. Like, you can try and deny it, but Penny is the main character. Without Penny, you don't have a show. And you could say that about Sheldon, you know what I mean? Like, oh, without Sheldon, you don't have the show, but that's not true. You could take Sheldon out and you have a very, 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 very different show, but you still have the show. You know what I mean? If you take Penny out, you don't have like the main plot that's pushing the whole show. It's gone. You don't have that. It's just a bunch of nerds sitting around the office doing nerd stuff, which is fine, but that's not the show at its core. Penny really is the show. She is the main character. But I can see where you would say Amy and Bernadette are more like side characters. They don't really count because they came later. But no, that's not fair. That's not fair to those characters. They're definitely main characters. So Amy was in the season 3 finale, I believe. I don't remember, to be honest with you. So this is more stuff. Can't wait for my mod when I submit it again in 2030. Yeah. Oh, bruh. That's me when I'm working on my mod, I swear. How many is left, Temp? This is it, man. This is the final mod of the day, Temp. The final one. Isn't Big Bang Theory basically just a show about nerds? Kind of, yeah, but not really. I mean, it's kind of like saying, isn't Friends just a show about friends? Kind of, yeah, technically, but also no, not really. Like, it's not just a show about any friends. Just like Big Bang Theory isn't a show about any nerds. It's not the point. Like, it's far from the point. It is specifically about them, you know, these characters. So Wild Tomato, if I break this, I get a tomato. All right, perfect, cool. I can't get seeds, it seems. How do I replant this tomato? Oh, I've reviewed this mod before. Dude, I didn't even put it together that I've done this mod before. Dude, look at that. Last episode was basically about Sheldon and Amy winning the Nobel Prize. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Is it just me, or did this entire landmass spawn only to support this structure? Like, I feel like this landmass isn't supposed to be here, you know what I mean? Why am I playing in survival? So that when I break the tomatoes, I can actually... Like, block behavior and stuff changes. Energite rod. Okay. I mean, it looks really cool. That's a free heavy core, bro. That's bold. I was playing in survival because some things like behave differently when you're in survival versus creative. So I was trying to see how it behaved in survival, not how it behaved in creative. I love caves. The new caves are so dope. Can we just take a moment and like appreciate how dope this cave is? You can't. I'm not the best at building, but check the back. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I could tell that you weren't the best at building. I didn't want to say anything, but it's true. This is clearly meant to be like a crashed plane or something. It doesn't look good. This right here, this is a 2008 Minecraft build if I've ever seen one. This is a 2008 Minecraft build right here. Maybe 2012. Back's pretty good, like with the, and you don't have these as the waxed versions, so they are gonna age over time. I hope you know that. I guess I don't know if you know that. Maybe you do, but yeah, you don't have the wax versions back here, so they're gonna age. inside? Oh. Oh. He got the Energite. Very cool. You know, I should have pieced that together. I should have known when I walked in here, hey, that's weird. There's a gap there. Like, there's no way that goes to the end. So what's inside? I should have pieced that together, man. Yeah. Dang. Yeah, no, his mod definitely had more knives, but no netherite. Dry grass? That's actually a pretty cool block. I dig that. You know what would be cool? Is if you clicked on dry grass with like a water bottle and it like rehydrated it to regular grass. You know what I mean? How do you get dry grass? Yeah, you just smelt it? Cool. Yeah, you should be able to like right click on it with a water bottle or something and craft it back into regular grass. Sweet, so he's got Ethereum here. It's only Deep Slate. I'm assuming it spawns only in Deep Slate. And we have Energite here only in Stone. I'm assuming it only spawns in Stone. Otherwise, there would be a Deep Slate version. Energite Battery? How does one get pure Energite? Exoskeleton. Oh, interesting. So he took my advice and he added like upgraded versions of the armor. So there's a basic version and then there's an upgraded version. And I like that. I like that there are upgraded versions now. I do wish they had a different name, like an upgraded Ethereum or whatever. Okay, so pure Energite is a 1 in 32 from breaking Energite ore, which is pretty good actually. I dig that. Bun says what I like about Big Bang Universe is after you watch Big Bang Theory, you can watch Young Sheldon, and it explains things said in Big Bang. I love that. Dude, yeah, I mean, Young Sheldon's really good. I can see why they ended it, because towards, like, the last 2 or 3 seasons, he's starting to grow up. And the more he grows up, the more he is not Sheldon. You know what I mean? Like, which is inevitable. It has nothing to do with the way they wrote it, or even the actor. You're never gonna get that. You know what I mean? But the more he grows up, the more he is not Sheldon, and the more that is evident. So I can totally, I think they ended it at a really respectable time. And like, I just think it made sense. You know what I mean? I really applaud them for not trying to drag it out, because you could have dragged that out until he wasn't young anymore, and it was just like younger Sheldon. Like, what, Sheldon's in his early 30s or late 20s when the show starts. Like, you are only a few years away from the start of the show. We've seen the majority of that kid's life now. Like, oh, the Viking axe. These battle axes are pretty cool. Oh, a red hot. Oh, interesting. Is this the only thing you can... Oh, so you have to smelt it too. That's a little inconsistent. So why do you have to smelt the diamond to get it red hot, but you don't have to smelt the iron? You can just smash it as is. And the gold plate doesn't even have a recipe. It looks like you forgot to add the gold plate recipe. And netherite doesn't make sense either. You have to heat up the diamond to get it to bend, but you can just smash netherite, which is tougher, and no problem. Like, I like the, like, I thought it was cool that you actually went out of your way to add this like red hot diamond that you can then, you know, but why not? Like, why not do it for all of them? To me, it's like all or nothing. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, block of Energite. That is a lot of energy. I want to drink this. We got to drink this and see what it does. It's got to give me some sort of buff, right? Oh, that's an Energite battery. Energy drink. Yeah, speed. jump boost 3, speed 3. Yeah. It looks like you drink it pretty much instantly too. Oh, you just consume that thing. It's like, oh, energy. Like, that's nuts. It's also probably nuts that I can jump from here to up there, but it doesn't really feel that nuts to me because once again, I play on Bedrock and I play on a Forever World, and my Forever World has beacons like everywhere, so I have jump boost 2 everywhere, no matter where I go, pretty much. So I'm pretty used to just jumping that high. Just like, in fact, it feels weird not to jump. It feels weirder to me that I can't jump that high than the fact that I can jump that high. It is way harder than any metal, and Steve can hold millions of netherite. Yeah, right? Aren't diamonds the hardest substance in the world? I don't think so. I think they are like the quote unquote that's the thing, is they're fractals though. Tougher than diamonds. I don't know what this is. Several materials are known to be harder. Though most of them are just unheard of because they're incredible, like even rarer than diamonds. But the problem with diamonds is they are here. Fractaline structures. So they form a pattern. So like that's the pattern of a diamond when it forms. And that's part of the reason why it's so strong. Because if you push down on this top diamond, it's going to apply equal pressure to all of the nodes below it, and it's going to have high resistance. But if you hit it at an angle, say here, this connection is just going to split and fracture. That's why when you have a diamond and you're pressing on it at the right angle, you have a hard time. But if you take a diamond and just smack it with a hammer, you're gonna get it at one of these weird angles, and there's a high chance that the whole thing just shatters. That's why we invented polycarbonate diamonds. So essentially a polycarbonate diamond, this is a good example. This is regular diamonds, and then you take several of, or you take one of those and you smash it together really quickly at a really high heat with another diamond, and they come together so quickly with such intensity that they don't have time to form this structure that they usually form, and they instead form in these random arrays like this, making them pretty much infinitely harder, so that they don't have that soft spot where if you hit it at just the right angle they break. It's gone, doesn't happen anymore. Polycarbonate diamonds are ridiculously strong. Deja vu, we've already talked about this in one of the we have. I love polycarbonate diamonds, and if anyone who's can get me off on a tangent about polycarbonate diamonds, I'm gonna take that opportunity. We have, yeah. And off topic, I have to be honest, I'd love to see an old Sheldon show which shows his life post Nobel Prize with Amy, just like the end scenes from Young Sheldon. Yeah, I don't think what's his face, gosh, is it is it a little, it's not like, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I can't, Jim Parsons, right? Jim Parsons. Is it, it's not, homophobic isn't the right word, but my brain, when the first thing my brain went to was Neil Patrick Harris, who is also a gay man, like gay actor. And I just was like, that, I like, that feels like a little bit, maybe, I don't know, but no, it's not. I love Neil Patrick Harris as an actor. He's a fantastic actor. I prefer, I don't have a preference between the two, but I love Neil Patrick Harris, and I don't really have an opinion on Jim Parsons as an actor on the whole. I like Sheldon, but anyways, I don't think Jim Parsons would agree to that. Jim Parsons has said a lot of things about Big Bang Theory, and he, don't get me wrong, loves the show, but doesn't seem like he has any interest to come back to the show and to revamp the character, you know? So, what biome is this? Drylands. Oh! Cool. You know what would be really cool is if your dry grass block spawned in these dry lands instead of the regular grass block. Even if it only spawned in patches, you know? I think it would fit a lot better. I mean, he came back last year for Young Sheldon. He did. He did. And I could be wrong. I could be just completely wrong. But from what I know and from what I've seen, that's the impression I've got, is that he's not really all that interested in coming back to be Sheldon. Like, he's willing to do it for other shows, but I don't think he wants, like, another show about Sheldon. You know what I mean? I think he's like, yeah, I did the character. I don't want to do it again. Like, you know? And I get it. I get it. I mean, any actor who's on, like, long-running sitcoms like that, almost all of them are like, yeah, I don't really, like, I'm done. I don't want to be this character anymore. Like, these Viking battle axes are pretty cool. Do they chop down regular trees? No. No, they don't. Yeah, so it'd be kind of nice if they were tagged as an axe so that they could, you know, chop down trees. But it is what it is, I guess. Think there is any left because he only yeah, right. He was only recognized as Sheldon. That happens to a lot of actors, and I don't blame him. You know what I mean? I don't blame him for wanting to leave. I mean, look at Christopher Mintz-Plasse, right? I say the name Christopher Mintz-Plasse, and most of you are probably like, who? Who are you talking about? But I say the name McLovin from Superbad, and you're like, oh, McLovin! Oh, McLovin! Yeah, Christopher Mintz-Plasse. Fucking phenomenal actor. I love his, like, anything else I've ever seen him in, he does a great job. It's super funny. But he's only ever been in a few things because he's been typecasted as McLovin. And he absolutely refused, after filming Superbad, to go back to a character that was like McLovin. So pretty much all the job offers he got were for characters identical to McLovin, and he's like, no, I don't want to be this character anymore. So he didn't accept any of them, so he hasn't done much. But that's unfortunate, because Christopher Mintz is a legend. So once I saw a YouTube short from a show where a character played by Jim Parsons handed someone some documents, and the whole document section was about Sheldon giving you documents. Interesting. Sounds pretty funny. I think we've seen everything, Hugga. You know, if I'm missing stuff, let me know. Iron stick. What can you do with this? Okay, so you create the you create the energite weapons and the exoskeleton. That's really cool. I'm glad we saw that. And the batteries are used for like the same thing to power the exoskeletons and the. This is really cool. You're taking it, like, I can see the progression, right? Like you've taken it one step further. I can't wait to see what happens next. Like with the exoskeletons and the energite and whatnot. Like, it's pretty cool, man. I think it's a little unfortunate that the name of the armor here is the same, even though one's like an upgrade version, one's like the old version. Oh my gosh, I cannot stop hiccuping. Same here with the pickaxes, right? But I like it. It's pretty cool, man. Try the exoskeleton armor. Okay, no helmet. That's actually something I'm only just now realizing, which I guess makes sense. And yeah, sure enough, it looks like an exoskeleton. Why does this actually look low-key, like, really cool? It'd be cool if it gave you, like, jump boost or something, because it's an exoskeleton, so you could, like, jump really high, or, like, gave you strength so you could just punch harder with your bare hands, you know? I think that would make sense and be really cool if it just gave you those buffs and whatnot. But it is really cool. I also think it should give you like maybe even some speed if you're on land, but some slowness if you're on water, because like it's heavy, right? So it'd drag you down and would slow you down if you were in water, but in theory should speed you up if you're on land, right? I think that would be pretty cool. Dude, why does it actually low-key look so good? I kind of like it. Like and it looks like an exo, right? Like an exoskeleton. It looks exactly like what it is. It's kind of cool. But you can still see your skin underneath of it, which is also kind of cool. Like, I don't have to, like, not get to see my skin. I can still see, you know what I mean? Like, so that's kind of cool. Dang, dude. Dude, yeah, I'm glad I took a look at that. I'm glad I did. I almost missed out on that. She. All right, forms. This is more stuff. Can we bring chat back? Let's bring chat back while we do this. And let's just bring this down to there. There we go. All right, so this is more stuff. First impressions. You know, tomato. Found that tomato, which is kind of nice. Found the drylands. Like, yeah, I've seen a lot of it. I think my first impressions were pretty good. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Because they weren't like, I wasn't like blown away, but I can tell the clear progression in the things that you've added versus the old things, you know what I mean? And I dig it. Amount of content still isn't too much, but it's nice and diverse, isn't it? It adds a nice diversity of content. And it's all still tied together, even though it's diverse, which is also pretty cool. So, and you added that structure, right? I'm gonna give that a 7 out of 10 as well. Quality of the content. As far as I can tell, it all works just fine. I think the exoskeleton should have, like I said, maybe some buffs that come with it, maybe some debuffs that come with it. As far as I can tell, everything else is working just fine, though. I'm gonna give it another 7 out of 10. Art and texture quality. Now, here's where we have some lacks. There are some things that are really good. I actually really like the model for the exoskeleton, but the item for the exoskeleton looks a little weird. I don't know exactly how you'd fix that, but it looks a little weird. All the armor looks a little weird. The knives look great, like fantastic, but like block of Energite looks kind of weird if you ask me. I love the Ethereum ore and I love the raw Ethereum. That's all good. The wild tomato looks kind of weird if you ask me. The tomato itself looks pretty good. But there's just some hit or miss, like pure Energite. I don't know how in the world you would model pure Energite. Like, what would it look like? But it doesn't look great as is, you know what I mean? So art and texture quality, we're gonna give it a like 6, because it's like kind of like halfway there, but not all the way. And the creativity, I feel like you're being pretty dang creative. Like, look at these iron sticks, and then the exoskeletons. That's brand new. I feel like that's super creative. The war axe, battle axe. I feel like it's pretty creative. Like, and I mean, sure, other mods have added battle axes before, but why add it to this mod? You know what I mean? I feel like it's creative to have the idea. And that red hot diamond is pretty cool. I would love to see some more stuff expanded upon in this area. Like, I feel like that's pretty creative. So I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 for creativity, especially to try and encourage you to keep being creative. As far as unique features go, you added the battle axe unique feature, and we got this exoskeleton, which I feel is pretty unique, and then these plates, which are all pretty unique. Like, you're adding just more and more unique stuff, and it builds on the other stuff, but it still feels new, still feels unique. It's great. It's great. So I'm gonna give that an 8 out of 10 as well. As far as the immersion feel and vibe goes, now that's where I think it kind of is probably kind of lacking. Like, I don't think most of this fits too well with Minecraft, and it's not overtly pulling you out of Minecraft either and into the mod. So it does feel a little bit out of place, but not totally. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Now, for the bonus points, I think that red hot diamond is a clever idea. I'm going to give you a bonus point for that. I love the exoskeleton, so I'm going to give you a bonus point for that. I want to add iron sticks to my own mod, so I love the fact that you have them here, so I'm going to give you a bonus point for that. And that structure was really clever. I love the fact that you have something kind of hidden in it as well, so I'm going to give you a bonus point for that as well. So that's going to be 4. Which brings your total to 7, 14, 21, 27, 35, 43, 48, 52 stars. That's not bad. I think Barton actually won this one with a whole stack of stars, but I think you got second. I want to say 52 is the second highest one that we've done. So that's pretty dang good, man. That's pretty dang good. Let's go ahead and submit. And that's it. That brings us to the end of another mod review stream. Crazy. Crazy. That was a fun one. I can't believe that we actually managed to get this stuff all done in time. 5 o'clock, we managed to review every single mod. So here we are. We done. Well, we done indeed. Yes, sir. It works out great because I'm hungry again and I want to go get some food. So I'm sorry that I slept in. I'll try to do better next time, guys, I swear. But thank you all so much for sticking around. I don't think we dropped below like 5 viewers this whole time, which is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. So thank you all so much for the support that you continue to show every single stream. You guys are awesome, killer. I love watching all of you guys' creative ideas and stuff come together in the Discord, and hopefully we'll be doing some more streams where I'm working on Ace's MC. I teased what I'm working on right now, and I intentionally made sure that the teaser looked kind of uninteresting and just kind of basic because it's super cool. I think it's so cool. I really love it. So hopefully you guys do too when I finally have it all done and dusted and can show it off. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and I will see you in the next one. So I don't think there's anything being announced today because we announced the challenge early, right? So we got 46 last time. Dude, he's gaining. He going up. He going up in stars. Later. Peace out. Love you guys. Take care.